Yeah, transitioning into that whole I don't even know what you would call it. That genre, I guess. Might as well just get into the Kanye shenanigans that have been going on. I'm not. So I don't know what has happened in the past 2 weeks since we've been gone, but where this all started. But Kanye is on his Get His Girl Back tour
It started with him in Houston.
from within the last 2 weeks.
That was like the first big thing was like him. It was like somebody named Jay Mulan. I don't know who she is, but I saw on her story she has something to do with Free Larry Hoover, so she's probably affiliated in some way. And it was her birthday, and that's where all like the stuffs are happening. Seeing him out and about being single was like that. Cause that was like when that girl Yasmin Lopez was like smiling in his face and all that beef. So that was like Houston, her birthday. So I think that was like last week.
Yeah. So that's where all it happened. Good to see Kanye out and about being a thought.
No.
Especially if Kim is so avid of, not getting back with him, then do you? He tried. Can't say he didn't try.
He did try, and he publicly, like, confessed his love for her.
Yeah.
Multiple
So
times.
at some point, you gotta you gotta move on. You can't just sit in your misery forever. But Kanye was out in Houston being a thought. So Yasmin Lopez, like you just mentioned, alleged that Kanye slept with a YouTuber named Michaela Mendez. I don't know who that is.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her in my entire life. But
I hope they're not lying on Kanye's name.
they're probably not, especially once we get into what just happened today, over New Year's. But let me see.
Yuck.
She said, I walked in on Yasmin Lopez naked on my bed with my man. Wait, what? What happened? Whoa, wait.
Whoa. The other girl must have said that, the YouTuber.
Yeah.
Ew, so she has a boyfriend probably. And then Yasmin Lopez was probably trying to expose her for being with Kanye, even though she's in a relationship.
Yasmin is throwing out false narratives, so they're just beefing. Kanye got pulled into it somehow, some way. But yeah, Kanye's wild.
Probably could they all were at that party. That Michaela girl's probably there too.
Yeah.
Wait, Yasmin. I told you I knew. I don't really watch Yasmin Lopez, but I think I've heard of her. Like I heard of her because she was affiliated with Kennedy Simone. Cause they went to the same school together. And I think that Yasmin actually bullied Kennedy, so it's funny. They used to be cool, I think. All these people just be connected. I don't believe in coincidences. They all just connected.
Oh, wait, she went crazy. She said, I'd be mad too. Wait, hold up. Who is this speaking? I don't know who this is speaking. She said, I'd be mad too. I understand you just had an abortion last week.
Whoa.
F Kanye last night just to get sent back to cry on IG. But she going crazy.
I missed all this.
Yeah, I missed all of this. I honestly, I wrote down the topic, but I didn't. It's pretty deep. Kanye, like, why am I in it?
Yeah, right?
Listen.
You know what, with Kanye, I know deep down, he just wants his family back. He's just trying to cope.
Yeah, and that's what
Nobody
you do.
wants to be in these streets. I swear, all the people who swear single life is so fun don't really like it. I could guarantee you deep down they don't.
It depends. Some people do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some people do. But
Some people find it entertaining, I'm
yeah,
sure.
they find it like a game. They like to rack up the bodies. It's having a game for them. But I feel like at the end of the day, it gets boring. It has to get boring at some point. Like, why not just want your person and do all the things you can with your person? Travel the world.
That's all Kanye's trying to do, but Kimberly playing games. So this is what you got to do. You go down to Houston, get your mind right, take down some YouTubers.
Yuck.
Right?
I just feel like his standards are higher. That's the only thing I'm mad about. Because I'm like, if Kanye, you're going to be a thought, then be a thought with people who like at your level. Don't be a thought with these.
You keep saying that, but I never understood why when he's done that his whole life.
But he's been known for being with like some highly people, like models. Like you went from Marina to whatever her name is. The rumors were Ventaria, whatever her name is. Even though I think that's rumors. To these girls, Yasmin Lopez and all these other YouTubers, like they all look the same. They look nasty. Like if you're gonna be a thought with some people on your level or some like really highly sought after girls, because you can probably get anybody.
I think they just get sprinkled in.
Yeah, because like, all right, might as well just do this real quick. But it was like, ugh, I just don't want them to have that, like, I don't want them to have that, like, satisfaction that they got Kanye. Because then they probably feel like they Kim. They feel like they on Kim's level.
So
Yuck. But I just hate to embolden. Is that the right word? Embolden them. I would hate for them to get that like satisfaction. Like, oh, I got Kanye, and he got 4 kids with Kim. So basically, I'm on Kim's level. I got Kim's man. Ugh. You know that's what they doing in the group chat. You know it. That's like that's their whole life goals. Is to sleep with rich men, famous men. It's their whole life goals.
It's crazy out here. Good for Kanye. Yeah, he'll probably just be on a string of nasty behavior. This is what happens when you go hang out with Future.
I know. Once I heard he was hanging out with Future, ever since the Rolling Loud thing, I was like, oh my God, here we go.
Future was sitting back like...
Both these old 40-year-old men who should be in stable marriages.
Future popped up like the Kermit the Frog meme.
It's crazy though, because you wonder like, oh, kid's back. It's like not even wonder, but it's like you see how funny it is when you just have fame. Because in the real world, people like Future and Kanye would not be getting no game. Like the girls only mess with older guys that have money.
Of course, because
they can give I'm not letting no old person go inside of me. Ew.
They could give you experiences that other people can't. Like Future has a lot of money, like a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think people know how much money Future really has.
I don't think they're insane either.
Like I've seen the deals that he's had. He has like more money than like a lot of rappers, like a lot of them.
Crazy. Because
of his deals and how much he sells and stuff like that. But I almost feel like he doesn't even talk about his money as much as he should. Because I think he got one deal for like he got one deal for like 50 or something. Like that was crazy.
Wow.
And some people's catalogs never even reached that much value, or they never even make that much. Even like the most popular rappers don't make that much.
It's interesting though, he's not like he always had that money. So I wonder what it was about him before that girl's like. You think he's just a player? Like when he got with, when he was with Ciara, when he was with like who's the other girl that was after Ciara? Like he wasn't really like that big. But then obviously you saw like the Lori Harvey era, and that Des Dior. So that's when you could tell they were going after him because money.
He didn't have a ton of money. He didn't have that level of money back then, but he still had money. Yeah, because that was like Ciara was what, like he already had songs with like Rihanna and Kanye at that point.
Yeah, Ciara was like probably like
Future's had hits forever, to be honest.
When was he with her? Probably like 2012, 13. Like we were probably still in college.
Yeah, I think
high school.
I think Future definitely had mad hits at that point, like hit hits.
Yeah.
Like I think he had that one song with Rihanna, I think, but yeah, so. Then
obviously college was like huge. Remember like 2015, he had the whole Drake collab album.
That mixtape run was sick.
Yeah.
He had, oh my God.
He ran our college career.
56 Nights, Monster, all that.
He ran our college career.
It got crazy for sure. Yeah, What a Time to Be Alive. He had a wild run. Like that's a lot of money to be making.
Yeah.
For real. Plus like he had the hits with like Mike Will Made It. Like he was on Move That Dope. What else did he have? He had Bugatti, Bugatti was high school, but like he's had hits forever.
Yeah.
But then you link up with the multi-gazillionaire Kanye, and it's just a nasty behavior in Miami. So like, Kanye was just spotted on a date with Julia Fox, someone I'm a personal fan of. I think it's more so the companies that she works with for her films that I'm more of a fan of. Like I felt like Uncut Gems and some of the other stuff she does. It's like it feels like an independent film that's done really well. And I like that when it's like not so overly produced. So I don't know if I really like her.
Uncut Gems was independent?
It was A24, which isn't like
huge...
They do like Euphoria.
Oh, okay. Oh.
But they're
kind of like up and coming.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know. It's like the way they produce their content is like so quality. Like I don't even know how to explain it, because Euphoria visually, everything is crazy. But so I'm a fan of her personally.
Yeah.
And I think she grew up in New York and stuff like that. So I think she's pretty down to earth too. So she seems cool to me. It's a pretty random pick for Kanye, but I'm sure Kanye was watching Uncut Gems. Probably. He was looking at the jewelry. Then he was looking at her.
He was married during that, so I would hope not.
No, he was just watching it the other day on the plane or something. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, and I thought maybe that's the first time seeing it. I'm sure he's heard of her though.
He was like,
I'm sure he's heard of her, right?
Maybe she's such a low key sort of.
I don't think she's like a household name.
Nah,
But at first I was like, who? And then I was like, oh, her. Because like, even in those pictures, she didn't look like how she looked in the movie.
yeah, but she's known for doing her nude scenes too, so that's probably why. Kanye got wind of it.
You're not going on a date with her to talk.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Actually, we got even more stuff. Kanye's just been a nasty man the last few weeks. Like, that's crazy. That's a crazy... He got to be tired.
He has to be. And like, go home to your kids, please. Like, you're 40.
We
How
don't know-
old was he? Like 45?
Yeah,
Go
but Kim
home.
be in Staten Island.
Yeah, who's watching the
It
kids?
should be right over in Bayonne Bridge.
They act. Yeah, I know that's the crazy one. She really be right over here.
But that's
2-minute drive to Staten Island.
why Kanye said the housekeeper.
Let's go. Let's go to Staten Island. See if we find her.
I'm never going to Staten Island.
Let's see if we find her.
I'm never going there.
That's like, yeah, we're not paying that $16 toll to go over that
To
bridge.
go to Staten Island.
Yeah, and then pay $16 to come back.
Yeah.
No.
But
Yeah,
good for
Staten
him.
Island's the only borough. If anybody doesn't know, if you come to Jersey, you have to pay the toll twice.
One thing I will say that I do like about Kanye is that like he does this with men. Wait, let me say.
This is with men.
Hey, yo. I mean, in the sense where he links up with people that you wouldn't really think that he would link up with.
Oh yeah. Like
I
how
like
he was
that.
with Elon.
'Cause
You're
you're
like,
on-
what? Yeah, he was with that guy. He was going to shave room. You ever hear Bobby Lights? That's the one who's
yeah.
fighting. Yeah. And everyone in the shave room was like, Kanye looked like he uncomfortable. But it was like, what are you doing with Bobby Lights? Like,
Yeah, like I like stuff like that because it's like mixing two completely unrelated worlds. Like I wouldn't have thought that he would be linking with Julia Fox, but good for him. They were on a nice little intimate date. You know, who knows what transpired after? But the difference between somebody like Julia Fox and like all these other IG models is she never posted anything about it. She never even. I think the last post she had was pictures of her and her friends, and they just happened to be like in
and that's
Miami.
what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to be doing this, do it with girls who are not going to be trying to get clout off of it. Like, do it with girls who are actually going to stay quiet. Because you have, like, and the thing is, Kanye and both Kim, they got to watch out. They got kids who are old enough to be online. Like, North is on social media. Her cousins are older. Like, Penelope, I think, is like 9. North is 8. Like, Mason is like 13. Like, they're seeing this stuff, and they're probably sending it to each other. You know, they got phones. Like, what's going to happen now? Your kids coming to you like, Dad, who are these girls?
Gotta explain it to him. Your mom don't want me no more. So this is what happens. You go on a nasty run in Miami. So Kanye was also... It's a shame, you know, maybe one day when we evolve the podcast to be more technologically advanced, then I'll put up things that I'm talking about, like the visuals. I don't really want to do that, but Kanye was seen on the balcony with...
I could do timestamp. What time we at?
Nah, sorry, because the timestamp's not going to work. But Kanye was seen with 2 IG models, you know, typical.
We gotta get rid of the word IG models.
Yeah, I know, because they're
They're
not
not
models.
models.
They're just
The thoughts that take pictures with their butt out.
okay.
I'm just kidding.
He was seen with
I'm not anti-woman, but
2 of them.
they're not models.
One was nearly shirtless, and the other one had
Yeah, the
on a
one with
t-shirt.
the jacket. She looked like she had no clothes underneath the jacket.
And Kanye was seen peeking out, peeking out from the balcony, like.
Like he was contemplating jumping because he knows that's not the life he wants to live.
Nah, he had his AirPods on. He was chilling. He was listening to his new albums.
He wants to be with his family.
He was listening to Yeezus 4. Chilling.
He wants to be with his family.
Yeah, but she doesn't want him. Like this is a real coping mechanism that men do.
For a lot of people, but
Well, women too.
but I just don't recommend that coping mechanism.
No, we know it doesn't work, but it's like
But you know what? Then again, I will say that she filed for divorce like a year ago, almost now, right? Hasn't it been like a year?
yeah,
So he might have been trying to fight for her back for a year. So
That's a long time.
and he probably did deal with the sadness and all that stuff already. I'm sure obviously he's still sad, but you know, I can't judge people's ways of coping. I don't know what that's like. I never had a breakup. You know, you're my only boyfriend. That's so sad to say, but you're my only boyfriend. So I don't know what it's like to be broken up with. I don't know what that's like. I can't judge. So you're right. Maybe that's his way.
obviously it's not the right. Well, who's to say what's right and what's wrong? Because maybe that does help him.
Yeah, 'cause that's true. It might not affect him the same way it affects some people.
Yeah,
Some people, they do it and you could tell they just doing it because they feel like society's telling them that's how they should cope. And they be worse. They be real messed up. But some people are like, I'm having time of my life.
and they might really be that way. Like that's why it's one of those things where not one thing works for everybody.
Yeah.
Because who knows? He might be enjoying or he might not be.
Even how we were just talking about the other day, how Diara sent her drink or truth or drink video or whatever. How she said, you know, her and Kim been together from like over 7 years, that she's like enjoying it right now. But no, that could be right now. She could later on. 'Cause I feel like girls are different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because girls need attention.
yeah, and she might be feeling like she's having a time in life because I'm sure all those athletes that were in her DMs now she can actually respond to them, so she probably is enjoying it.
I'm gonna get back to that point. I want to wrap up with Kanye, and then we're gonna go back to that point. But the girl posted, one of the girls that was on the balcony posted text from Kanye saying how he was inspired by her and send inspirational shots and pictures and tell me your theory on astrophysics. Now
Kanye's one of those.
he's
lying.
We don't know. Honestly, I genuinely believe that though. That's probably. Hold on, let me give it my point, and then I'm gonna go back to that too. But she posted the text. Obviously, the contact name said Kanye West. Kanye's not gonna come out and refute that, but we saw her in the pictures on the balcony.
All right, he probably got 2 phones. I'm sure
he probably got 20 phones.
Number. Yeah,
that's probably not even him that was texting that. He probably got an assistant, but yeah, he's definitely being a Thotty McHottie and.
But see, isn't that lame though? The posting messages. I know it's Kanye, but that's so lame to me. That's so lame.
If I send anything to anybody, because if I wanted to say something to you publicly, I would have said it on a public platform. If I text you something, don't screenshot it and then post it. I don't even care who you are. Yeah, I don't. I hate that.
Oop.
Like if I sent you something privately, then it's supposed to be private. If I wanted to say something saying something to you to that. Say something to you to like with the public so that they can see it, then I would have posted it on social media too. So I don't like that. I'm sure she's gassed.
We're just like regular people, so it's like I don't feel like it's a big deal. But if like you were famous, like I feel like that's whack. It's definitely whack. I mean, even if you're not famous, still it's kind of whack. But like for sure, when there's somebody like Kanye who's going through a public divorce, like that's a little lame. These girls be fumbling their own bags by wanting to brag on it to other girls.
Yeah, especially if he really genuinely thought that your style and vibe was...
Yeah, he might have given you a real opportunity.
Now it's like...
the next Yeezy season or whatever.
You bad for business now.
Yeah. And she probably feels like, oh, Kanye always posts messages to other people. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, he could do that. You're not Kanye. You're not anybody relevant. So you shouldn't be posting those messages.
That's the only danger. But then at the same time, like... I mean,
she could have got permission too.
He's giving out free clout too. We don't like that.
Yeah, who are these people? Now we know them.
Where are the women that look like those IG girls but are quiet?
They exist.
I don't feel like they do.
They definitely do. This is one girl. Like she has and I showed you her. That girl who I showed you like her workout plan. Like her waist is like super super small and like, but maybe she's like. I don't know. She seems like she has like a mental health stuff, so maybe that's why she's quiet. But she doesn't even like the attention. She wears baggy clothes a lot. Maybe she looks like one of those IG girls. You know who?
They do exist. They just don't exist, and they can't live in a city.
Yeah.
Like if you live in a city, like it's over.
Cause you know, there's girls that look like that naturally. Like that, these IG models be getting work done. There's girls that look like that naturally, that exist in these small towns.
Yeah, they can't live in a city. If they live in a city, they're automatically like. You text them something that's getting sent to 900 group chats, like it's over.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They definitely do exist. They probably exist in foreign countries. They exist. It's just that we just don't see them because our scope is just social, because we live near cities. So like our scope is like cities.
Yeah.
And people just trying to, make money off of their looks.
Yeah, all we do is the city.
Yeah, literally. We live right outside one.
We go shopping in the cities. We're never out just.
So that's our scope. So we think that's how to like.
Right, because I'm sure there's people in like North Carolina that look like that.
There's probably people in Oklahoma.
And probably got like
people in North Dakota.
70 followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kanye needs to get with some of those. That's where
the crazy thing is, sorry to interrupt, but the crazy thing is a lot of those girls will look that way and they'll go to like an all-white school or something and the white guys in the school, now things are different, but the white guys in school won't know.
Ignore them.
won't know that's like something like desirable to a lot of people. They'll make them feel insecure about it.
About what? The body?
Like their body shapes. Like I know people who were built like that who literally were insecure, like, going to all-white school and they would try to cover it up or they would try to like, they wanted thigh gap, because that was the thing when we were younger, everybody wanted thigh gap.
Which was so stupid. I actually never.
It's so stupid.
What was the point of that? Just real quick.
They just like how it looked, like having a gap between your thighs.
Okay.
Like if it looks slimming.
Okay. All right.
Girls are weird, and they want to blame men for it, but men don't care. Men, I never heard one man say that thigh gap. So like stop blaming men for everything.
Ooh.
Like it's each other. We're putting these standards onto each other.
Yeah, men don't really care.
Men, I never heard a single man say, I want that thigh gap. Not one. If anything, I see opposite. Men usually like the thighs that touch.
Realistically, men aren't stupid. Like when you go to, when you're just in general, like say you're in college, like women don't look a certain way. Like when
They
you
don't look at the girls that be getting taken down at schools. They don't look like any of these IG models. They look very regular.
yeah, and that's because that's normal.
Yeah.
So it's like all that whole guys only want this one certain thing. I'm just like that's not even true because it's
Yeah.
not even real. It's
Girls
like
be saying that with 30 bodies. I'm like, clearly, you don't even look at these IG models and you got 30 bodies.
like
Clearly.
and
They
when
don't
you're
care.
young, when you're in high school, when you're in middle school, when you're in college, all these girls like they never look like the IG model. So for that whole perception that's like that might be what guys lust over or fantasize
Yeah.
over, but what guys actually end up with is almost never that.
Yeah.
Even famous people.
Yep. Like the ones that they actually end up marrying.
Yeah, and the rest just get recycled.
Like look at a lot of girls who are married, the celebrity girls who are married. Like what's that one? What's her name? The one who used to be with Lenny Kravitz, Lisa Bonet. I mean, I guess everybody likes her looks. She still is like her face, but her body is like she's like petite.
Or even Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana, Zendaya.
Oh, I meant Zoe Kravitz.
Oh yeah, Zoe Kravitz too, but the other one too. She's kind of petite, but yeah, Zoe Kravitz is small. Zendaya, like.
You saw Kodak said he wanted to taste her through the TV.
Ew.
Like
He's
so.
sick. That's not, we're not using any Kodak.
Yeah.
Because Kodak is weird.
Yeah. He said,
And he's a colorist.
yeah, he wanted to taste her through the TV.
You know he's a colorist, right? You ever seen that clip?
I've seen that clip.
He's like, I don't want no dark skins because I'm ugly. I don't want our kids to be. I'm like, that's what it really is. A lot of like colorism is self-hatred.
It's probably because that's the way people feel about him. So
And that's how he
projects
feels
that
about, and
back
that's how he feels about himself.
because other people made him feel that way. It's probably how that works because that's a real reality that we grew up with.
Yeah, and then now you pin out a woman, and then now you want your kids to your woman to look a certain way, so your kids don't look like you.
Yeah.
Sad. I mean, your kids are still gonna look like you. Black is dominant gene, dummy. Kids are still gonna look like you.
Yeah. So
Unless you give it a white girl, then they'll just be caramel or brown. They still gonna look like you.
that's all I got on Kanye. Do you have anything else?
I just hope he doesn't get any of these girls pregnant. That's all. I'm just holding my breath because like I feel like that's such a flex to be a rapper, a billionaire. Like we was just talking about this the other day. Like you have like the Jay-Z's of the world, the Beyonce, the Jay-Z's and the Kanye's of the world. That got like they got their Beyonce and their Kim, and they just got one baby mama. They're married. Got their kids. I just want him to keep that image because like that's such a flex. Have your fun, be single. Maybe you and Kim will end up going back to each other, and because I don't think Kim and Pete are gonna last. I don't. And maybe you won't go back to it. Maybe you'll have someone else. But like I just don't want him to get rid of that. Like, cause there's something so like I feel the same way about girls. It's like about being a woman. There's something so like a flex, just having that limited access. People having that limited access to you. And like I would hate for him to get one of these girls pregnant, for him to run around with his babies. I would hate that. Like it's Kanye. Like that's your legacy. Please don't get none of these girls pregnant.
He might have got surgery. He might have got clipped.
That's true. He might have actually, because after him and Kim realized that Kim couldn't get pregnant anymore, he probably did. He probably dumped his sperm all into some whatever he needed to.
Now he chilling.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know that. We don't know his personal life. He really might have gotten a vasectomy.
Also, I don't judge anything that I see, like, because who knows what's really going on. Because he might have not done anything with these women and all of his cap.
That's true. He might really just be chilling with them. And
But when has Kanye ever went out and addressed the rumors? Addressed the tabloids on Twitter?
We'll find out in an interview.
Or we won't. Because he don't even do that.
Yeah. That Drink Champs was like the most we got out of him in years.
Yeah, last time we got one of those interviews was God knows how long.
Yeah, because usually the interviewers aren't good. So he never really opens up like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the main thing I just had to say. Just please don't get none of these girls pregnant, Kanye. Please. Because that's your legacy. Like, that's your Kanye. You can't just get anybody pregnant and have all these baby mamas.
He's a big boy. He'll be all right.
Yeah, he will. He made it this far.
Pause.